Hello everyone and anyone who must have stumbled onto this video in a state of delirium or maybe even in an exhaustive search for every video on a nearly 16-year-old game by now. That game is of course Kingdom Under Fire Crusaders. You might ask yourself, what exactly do I have to say about a game that is likely already been played by anyone interested in playing it, or you might not. In either case, the reason I made this video is primarily to talk about what makes this game enjoyable essentially 16 years after its original release. Admittedly, the game's been remastered, but the game remains fundamentally the same as it was when it was first released in 2004. One of the strengths of the game is its simplicity. The combat is a pretty straightforward rock, paper, scissors affair, with the added caveat that the hero unit can definitely upset that dynamic. However, as I played it, I noticed that the game was far more enjoyable when using and improving supporting units as opposed to simply focusing on the hero unit. Using the hero unit is fun, but at times I did feel that I was doing a little more than button smashing. This wasn't an issue for me in 2004, but it has lost some of its luster and appeal for me today. Fortunately, you can rely on special and magic attacks from supporting units or other minor heroes to add some variety in the combat. But after a while, I did find myself simply spamming healing spells like Curatio and I think Tree of Illusion for the orcs. Nevertheless, casting offensive spells like Meteor and Lightning was still pretty satisfying. Upgrading and leveling units was straightforward. There was never a moment where I found myself wondering if I upgrade this stat, what exactly will it do for me in combat or what kind of spell it will give me. The different jobs that units could be designated to were also easy to switch and plan for. That is, I can take a group of, what are they, sappers, and easily turn them into a ballista or a catapult or for eagles if I wanted to. So it wasn't that difficult to plan out how I was going to set up my army. The visual elements of the game, well, I mean, you could see it on the screen for yourself. Obviously, they don't compare to what you could commonly find today, but in no way did they hinder my ability to enjoy the game. The most enjoyable part of the game is how the four different campaigns intertwine with each other. Admittedly, the overarching story is passable, and the characters are fine. I mean, I do have some minor gripes, like for some reason Gerald always looks like he's chewing gum, and when I originally played the game, I thought Rainier had some kind of orc man face, like Gothmog. However, I mean, I digress. As one of the most endearing qualities of the game was how the developers illustrated the connection between each of the characters' stories. Unfortunately, some of the characters are left with very unsatisfying conclusions. For example, Maureen uh, was simply left hanging. Yeah, I'm well aware that the story continues in Heroes, and yes, I realize this was meant to be a cliffhanger ending, but still, it left me pretty annoyed both when I originally played the game and even now. I know the stories were meant to focus on the main campaign figures like Lucretia and Gerald, but even Lucretia's ending was just, I think, her dying in the desert, which I guess is, I mean, alright. Nevertheless, I found the game as enjoyable in 2020 as it was in 2004. I didn't encounter any technical issues that hindered my ability to play it, and while there was certainly a strong element of nostalgia influencing my perception of the game's quality, even without the nostalgia, I think there is plenty for fans of Dynasty Warrior like games to enjoy here. Oh yeah, there is that bit of censorship with the word patriarch. Well, as far as I understand it, technically it was supposed to be the word pope that got replaced in the English language version, and I just found that hilarious because I you hear it when you're playing, and every time they say patriarch, it's almost like a audio glitch. I thought it was an audio glitch, but apparently it was just a bit of good old fashioned censorship. Anyway, I have I'm a bit hesitant. As much as I enjoy Kingdom Under Fire, I'm a bit hesitant to play Kingdom Under Fire too, primarily because I've grown a strong distaste for MMOs, and even after playing Crusaders, I'm still not entirely sure if it is worth playing Kingdom Under Fire 2. Nowadays, I don't have much time to play video games, and with so many games out there that I'm really eager to play right now, I'm not entirely sure if it's worth the trade-off to get invested into an MMO. This is why I enjoy older games like Crusader. There's simply something about the way they're packaged, I guess. They might be limited in scope, but at least I feel like I'm getting a complete experience. I don't have to worry about buying the next bundle or the next hero pack, whatever the MMO might happen to be selling. Um, I got this game on sale for something like $15, I think, maybe a little bit more than that. And I know right now it's like $20 on Steam and basically anywhere else you could buy games. And even though the replayability isn't very high, I mean, honestly, after I played it this one time, I don't feel like going back to play it for, I guess, another 16 years. But I feel the game provides a good return for even $20. I mean, it's not that bad. However, I'm not here to bicker over the price of a game. You do what you want with your cash. I'm just stating I bought the game and I felt it was a good return. Well, that wraps it up for this video. If you haven't already played the game and for some reason have stumbled onto this video in a never-ending search to see if you actually want to spend whatever it is that you found the game for, you might as well just give it a shot at this point. If you already played the game, there's only really one question, and that's, were the member berries good? Thanks for watching.